Hey everybody, this is Coach Colin from Rip City, and I just wanted to give you a video here. This is going to act as our basically parent meeting after tryouts here for everybody to give a bunch of information. I like to do these at least once a year and try and give you kind of an update with where we're at with the program. So I'm going to go through all the teams, try and keep it as short as possible, but I would listen to the whole thing just so you are able to kind of get an understanding about what's going on completely with the program, not just the team that your player currently plays on. So we had a pretty crazy week of tryouts. We added a bunch of kids, and this is the first time that we're going to have elite seasons for our program. So we have two elite teams. We have a high school varsity level elite team, and we have a ninth grade level elite team. So that's the two that we were able to make out of. All the rest of the teams in our program are playing in a developmental schedule. Okay, so that's going to be the similar pricing structure that we've had before with the 100 a month and the guaranteed one tournament. And the elite program is a little bit different. Okay, so they get about 2 tournaments a month and maybe a little bit more, and it's a little bit higher cost, but it's a much more advanced and higher dedication. Okay. So just want to go through as much as possible. So firstly, with the increase in all of the players, we have had to adjust the schedule a little bit. Okay, so the March calendar just came out today. I try to get the calendars out much earlier than this, but just this month is tough because of the tryout, right? So I should have April done very quickly and get that out to you guys hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I'd love to have it out by Friday the 8th of March for that, and if I can, even earlier. All right, so a little bit different on Sundays. We've adjusted. So Wemby and Kobe will practice 12 to 2. Curry will practice 1 to 3. Okay, so they're staggered together. So that way, that's 4th, 5th, 6th, and 6th and 7th together. And so I wanted to make sure that I got a little bit of specific of workout time individually with 4th and 5th and 6th, and then individually with 7th. So it's staggered, but they will have an hour in between where they're all in here together, and that's purposeful. We're going to try and do as many scrimmages as possible during that hour with both groups to try and get them some cohesion. Okay. The Team Durant. So this is the 3rd grade team and below. All right, they have been changed to 3 to 4:30. So we're hopefully going to have some coaching help, and the coaching help needed it to be a little bit later time, and I know some people were having some trouble. So that is 3 to 4:30 from now on, and that again on Sundays is predominantly scrimmages as much as we can to get them some work. All right, and then MJ and Iverson. All right, they are going to be 4:30 to 6:30 on Sundays. Okay. Those are our high school teams. And then Mondays, the skill work that was from 6 to 7 now goes 5:30 to 6:30, so we can get a little more in. So basic skill work is 5:30 to 6:30. Okay, that is everybody in elementary school can come to that. Advanced skill work is 6:30 to 7:30. Okay, so that starts with 6th grade and up, and the Wemby players can come to that one so that they are able to package that together with the Kobe Curry team practice, which is an hour after that. So Wemby, Kobe Curry players, we'd love to see you Monday night from 6:30 to 8:30, so you get your skill in and you get your team practice in. Okay, Tuesdays have stayed pretty much the same. Basic skill work 6 to 7, and then Team Durant 7 to 8. That's team strategies for Durant. So we'd love to see all the 3rd grade and below Durant kids to be able to come to both of those for 2 hours if possible. And then advanced skill from 8 to 9. Advanced skill, again, is for 6th grade and up. Okay, middle schoolers and high schoolers, that's advanced skill work. So it's just extra work on top of your team practices. The more you can get to those, the more that we can be able to do really, really advanced strategy stuff in the team practices rather than having to work on the basic skills. Okay. Girls practices have now gone to Wednesdays and Saturdays. That was our original schedule, and it used to work out pretty well. We had been flipping them around a little bit, but we're going to try Wednesday, Saturday. So 6:30 to 8 on Wednesdays. And then the MJ and high school practices are 8 to 9:30. MJ Iverson. Okay, that's 8 to 9:30 on Wednesdays. Then Thursday we'll have our Kyrie LeBron. So developmental Kyrie and elite LeBron will practice 6 to 8. Afterwards, there's a skill work with me from 8 to 9. So we're hoping that most of the kids can stay for that skill work. All right, that allows us to be able to focus again on the team strategies from 6 to 8, put in a lot of plays, make sure they see a lot of different defenses. Skill work is going to be layups, pull ups, ball handling, rebounding stuff with me afterwards. Okay. Fridays are basic skill work again. That's for all the elementary kids, 6 to 7. All right. Saturday team practice, 3:30 to 5:30 hasn't changed for Kyrie, LeBron, and girls, 5:30 to 7:30. All right. So tournaments for AAU. I'm going to go over the general information for tournaments and then tournaments for this month specifically. Okay. So for travel basketball, the tournaments are usually weekend tournaments, of course, and we try to get one-day tournaments as much as possible, just so you don't have to pay 2 days worth of entrance fees to see your kids play. So that's always a goal of ours. But if we have to, sometimes we play some of the bigger tournaments are going to be not only more expensive as far as entry fees for the team, but as far as you parents being able to watch. These tournaments, the industry standard is to get the tournament schedule back 3 days beforehand. So Wednesday evenings. So if you play on a Saturday night, you're going to get it back Wednesday evening. All right. Or on a Saturday morning, you're going to get it back Wednesday evening. And even then, there will oftentimes be changes on Thursdays and Fridays. So the best thing to assume is whenever your team is playing, you could be playing that entire weekend. Okay. So just assume that that weekend is blocked off for basketball, basically. All right. Like I said, there's a variety of tournaments with a variety of costs, but all of them have some type of spectator entry fee. Most of them don't have parking fees, but Disney tournaments, they're going to have stuff like that. We'll talk about that later. All right. So for this month, we have Team Kyrie, Team Iverson, and Team Kobe. Okay. They will all be playing in Sunday the 10th tournament. That's a Sunday only tournament. All right, I didn't really have room to put it on the thing. So they will play on the 10th, Sunday only tournament. That schedule should be out the 6th again. The next weekend on the 16th, Team MJ, LeBron, and Curry. Okay, so that's MJ and LeBron are the elite teams, and Curry will play in a one-day tournament the 16th. The next weekend, MJ and LeBron will play their big house tournaments. Okay, those are our two elite tournaments. 2 elite teams, and then Wemby will play at the end of the month on the 30th. So I'm allowing Wemby is the latest one of the month, and there's a reason for that. That's purposeful. That's the team that I have the most in flux right now. I'm trying to solidify that roster the most, so that gives us some time to get those kids working together. Team Durant, all right? Your league will start in Newport Richie, I believe, on the 2nd. I'm waiting on the 2nd or the 3rd. I'm waiting on the schedule. So I hope I will get it to you as quickly as I possibly can. Once I get the schedule, we should have most of March, April, and even a little bit of May all figured out for Team Durant. So you will have, because yours is a league, you guys will have your times ahead of time. Okay, so everybody will be able to know when they're going to be able to play and not be able to play. All right. And then girls, you are playing on the 3rd, okay, the 3rd in a 3-on-3 tournament. That's a Sunday the 3rd, okay. So we're going to do that. We only have 5 on the roster right now for our girls program. So we are trying to, again, grow that. So we'll do 3-on-3 this month, and hopefully by next month we can do regular tournament. If not, we'll do another 3-on-3 in April, but we are really, really focused on trying to grow that program this next couple weeks. So we're going to be putting a lot of advertising into that. All right. As most of you know, we are a nonprofit. So March, we have a huge amount of fundraisers. Okay. So March 9th, that is a Saturday, the Founders Day Parade in Zephyr Hills. We're going to have a booth there. All right. So we will need people to sign up for that booth. I believe that it is 10 to 4. So anybody who can sign up for 2-hour 2 hours at a time, 10 to 2, 12 to 2, and 2 to 4, to be out there helping raise money. That'd be great. We'll have some crafts that we're going to sell, but we should also have a basketball goal out there, hopefully just a small one that people can shoot on to try and win some gear and use that as a fundraiser. It also acts as advertising in the community for us, so that we're able to grow our program a little bit. Okay. March 14th, that is a Thursday. That is the opening day of March Madness. So all of you are actually basketball fans and love to watch those D1 games and fill out a bracket. Okay, that's opening day of March Madness. We're going to have a pizza fundraiser where at Johnny C's, which is on Morris Bridge and Cross Creek. all a portion of the funds spent that day are going to go directly towards us. So I picked that day because games start at noon that day and go all the way until almost midnight that night. So people can go in all throughout the day. You can get your kids out of school, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, go have a quick bite, and that discount's going to go to us, or that a percentage of that goes to us. So please try your best, if you possibly can, to 14th, to go out and get some pizza that day. And then the last one, March 17th. All right, so they're all there within 10 days of each other. Okay, we're having a booth at the Rock and Brews St. Patty's Day celebration. So that one, I believe, is 11 to 7, I think, and that's right where the outlet mall is. And the same thing, we're going to need a ton of players out there wearing their jerseys, getting people interested. It'll help us again grow that program. So please get with me and start signing up for some of those booth days as much as possible, especially if you missed any of our February, January fundraisers. We'd like to get everybody to start to participate in some of these fundraisers. April, we will have car washes. Okay. And then additionally, also in March, we will start our fundraiser for a Disney tournament. Okay. And so I'll be getting this information out to everybody in the next coming week. We're going to start getting people signed up. So the Disney tournament is in Memorial Day. Okay. So it's a 4-day tournament. Our goal is to be able, we're going to take all the teams that we have, and our goal is to be able to stay on Disney's campus during that tournament. So these tournaments are really fun. So we want to stay in a Disney hotel. To do that, all right, the tournament fees are already going to be covered from our fundraisers and from your monthly fees. But in order to stay at the hotel, each kid's going to have to raise about $200 total. So it's about 3 nights at a hotel that covers. So this app that we have, all right, it's called Money Dolly. We used it in the fall. We will be selling their products and then also just able to take donations. So we'll also, each team will be competing against each other. The winning team, whoever gets the most money out of that, will also get some pretty awesome warm-ups. We're going to get warm-ups for the winning team, so that it will go to the team that has the highest average player of money received, right? So if Team Curry has 8 players on it and Team LeBron has 9 players on it, it won't be your total amount, $2,000. If both teams raise $2,000, Curry would be the winning team because they would be raising the most money per player. Okay, so you'll see all that in the app as I show everybody, and we'll get that downloaded. But we're going to start working on that next few weeks. It doesn't start until the end of March, I believe, like the 18th or something like that. But we are going to use that one to pay for hotel fees for our kids. All right. As you can probably tell, just in general, travel basketball is pretty complicated and dynamic. There's a lot of changes, so try to be patient. I'll try to communicate as quickly as I can with all the information that we have. You guys know that I have a few coaches that are working with me. I try to do a lot of the coaching, and I do almost all the skill works myself. Every now and then there'll be some people coming in there. So I am, focused on trying to make sure everybody from our youngest players and to our most advanced players who are looking at college, getting in development, all right, and getting the right way to be prepared for what's next for them. All right. So if you ever have any issues, please come to me. I will try and work with everybody to try and be as solution friendly as possible. And a couple things to add real quickly. So there are some scrimmages that I'm still working on trying to get put together. So they're refereed scrimmages for different teams. Those are not on the calendar yet, so there may be a slight update to those. I'll let you guys know. We have a pretty packed calendar, so those scrimmages might not be till April, but I'm looking into some of those options especially for our elite program. Okay, elite, we're trying to get you guys as much live action run as possible. So the 2 elite teams, you might have some extra scrimmages coming up. All right. And the other thing about jerseys. So this is very confusing for people. I know everybody sees LeBron at number 6 and they want to wear number 6. So technically in high school basketball, you can only have numbers 0 through 5 all the way through 55. So you can have 0 through 5, 10 through 15, 20 through 25, 30 through 35, 40 through 45, and 50 through 55. This is because the referees use one hand for each number, and that's the standard that they use. All right. So I didn't think this was that big a deal until I started going to larger tournaments. So when you go to large tournaments, they will enforce this. So I had a team that I was taking to small tournaments, and they were wearing 17 and 29 and things like that, and 99. And we took them to a big house tournament, and none of my kids could wear the jerseys. I had to go out and buy jerseys for everybody 10 minutes before a game. Literally just had to go buy random jerseys from like a Walmart. So there is enforcement like that. So when you guys are asking me for numbers, I'm always trying to just be like, hey, if your kid ever plays at a big enough tournament, or if you're on the elite team and you're playing at those tournaments, they're not going to let you play with that number. So I'm sorry, but that's the numbers that you have to get to. All right, so 55 is the highest number that you can possibly get, and 00 they won't even take most of the time. So 0 is the only number that they're going to accept there. That limits how many options you have total. So a lot of kids, all the kids want 0 through 5 single digits, and that gets eaten up pretty quick. So that's the jersey situation. The jerseys do take about a week and a half to get in, about 9 days from when I place an order. Okay, so I am trying to finish it with all the new kids that we got. I'm trying to finish our jersey order now and get those for everybody as quick as possible. It's part of the reason that we are not playing this very first weekend, so that I can get the jerseys ordered and get everybody kind of ready to go. Okay, I just wanted to give that update as well. Thanks.